It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 173. I'm your host. I'm a comedian. My name is Tracey Carnazzo. And then there's another comedian who's also the host of the show equally as me. And her name is Noelle W. Herzog, comedian extraordinaire, the Italian Python.
I really like that intro. Thanks so much.
If you know, you know.
I know, you know what? I'm sure some of you know.
Some of you know.
Shannon's going to hit me in the face.
No, I think Shannon would giggle. 90 Day Fiance season 9, episode 5. What did you just say before we pressed record?
So you watched the entire series of 90 Day Fiance.
Every single episode.
Haven't. I've watched every season that you and I have covered. Those are the seasons I've watched.
Right. So I think 5 on?
Yeah, something like that. Which is a lot. And we watched The Other Way before the 90s.
Oh, I mean,
right.
It never ends.
This season is the one I have disliked most of all of them.
Oh, wow.
It is becoming so not genuine.
Yeah.
They're picking purposely the most unlikable people.
Yeah.
But it's like, usually there's like a saving grace. And there's a couple where it's like, I like to watch this couple. Maybe they tried to do that with Ariel and Binyam by bringing them back. I don't feel that way. I don't like to watch any of these people. It makes the episode feel like it's 3 hours long. Like, it's not fun. It's a chore to watch this. And it's like, I never feel this way.
Yeah. It is. I do not like this, but here we are.
And listen, we're going to watch it. We're going to see through to the end because this is what we do for a living.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. But I'm glad that you're on the same page as me because I know every Sunday, like, we want to just bang out watching it as soon as it comes out, and we struggle to get through it.
We struggle.
Yeah.
We start watching. I would say we both start watching around 10, 11 a.m.
Yep.
And we usually finish around 3.
Yeah. It took hours for me to watch this today. I'm like, I can't do it, but I have to do it.
The good thing about today is that I'm not hungover today. So that's a good thing.
I am not either. I got some good sleep.
Yeah. And by hungover, I mean
before bed.
Wow. People are like, hungover. Should she go out and party every Saturday night? No, guys. Sometimes I stay out too late and I don't drink enough water when I'm out. And then I wake up hungover.
Right.
And sometimes also I put on eye makeup and I can't get it all. Like, there's a little bit of residue.
Yeah.
And it goes in my eyes. And when I wake up, I have a headache. And that is my version of being hungover.
That's your struggle.
That's me being hungover. If I ever say I'm hungover, it means I stayed out too late. I did not drink enough water, and I might have a little bit of leftover eye makeup in my eye.
I'm going to agree with all of that. And I also was out with you and I had sensory overload because I've spoken to so many people and heard so much comedy. And
yeah,
I don't know. I have to drink an Ensure every night before bed. And if I don't, it's a problem. And I drank one last night. I drank the one with the extra calories, the Ensure Plus. I woke up with a little more pep in my step today.
Oh, wow. So much pep. Guys, if you want to hear more about us and, everything that we stand for, go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast, where you could hear more of our amazing witty banter on our podcast, BS. And then also we cover Unexpected Trash Talk, available only on Patreon. That's exclusive to Patreon members, AKA patrons.
Patrons.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Well, we're going to start off this episode, season 9, episode 5, with Kobe and Emily. Before we start, do you like them?
I think of everyone, this is my least favorite couple.
Why?
She is insufferable to me. She is everything I hate about some women.
Motherhood.
Not about motherhood.
No?
It's the way she acts, the controlling, she always has to be the one in charge. She has to give everybody tasks to do.
Right.
And like, she's not willing to compromise at all.
I love her.
She's very much like a Tiffany. She emasculates.
I love her.
Of course you do. And I hate it. You know that. I can't deal with someone like this.
I'm like, she's great.
She's not, though. And at first, like, I liked her, but it's like, this is how you push people away, girl. I don't know what you're doing.
I like her. How do you feel about him?
Here's the thing. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I'm a lot more neutral about him,
Sure.
but I think that he has a lot to learn. I think he has so much to learn.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. That's the thing.
Now,
And I feel like also his culture is different. And we
Yes.
forget this.
we do forget it. So now what I want to say about this is that
Yeah.
you have to keep in mind when you're watching this is still the first day he's here.
I know. I can't believe it.
And it's like, oh my God, so much is happening and he needs to do this. And it's like, guys, this is 2 hours of footage. Like, this is it. The camera crew's been there for 2 hours and they are chopping it up like crazy. Like, how
Of
much
course.
how much of the day, like, does he lay down at all?
Well, I think that's what pisses me off because to me, it's like it's the first day and you can't just like, you
I
can't
know.
just let the guy be.
I know. And the producers are probably like, hey guys, so now we're going to fight about breastfeeding. Do you guys want to fight about where you sleep? Do you guys want to fight about who's going to hold it? Because I mean, the baby's not going to him. And it's like, oh, he just got off the plane.
Yeah, of course, the baby doesn't even know him, but also like you could have gotten that bed situation figured out. That royally pissed me off.
We're going to get there. So let's jump in the pool. So this is the same day and Kobe's upset because she's pumping in the living room and he's like, you should go in the basement and pump. So I'm they definitely, their room is in the basement because the
basement looked pretty big.
Oh no, I'm sure it's big.
There was a lot down there.
It looks like they have a very spacious house. So I'm sure they have a big, but he wants her to not pump like in front of anyone. Like that's a private thing to do.
How do you feel about that?
I hard disagree.
I have to tell you, I don't know because I'm not a mom. I don't know if I would want to pump in front of my father. Like, I don't think I would want to pump in front of him. Not that I don't think you should. Like, I don't think it's about that.
Okay, understood. But now remember something. She clearly doesn't have a problem with pumping in front of her father.
Right.
I don't know.
I guess for him, though, it's just different, you know?
But this is really how I feel about it. I feel like your breasts have one job in this whole world.
Uh-huh.
And it's to feed a child. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, this is probably the only thing that
therefore.
Right. We as Americans, but as humans, but also as Americans, we sexualize breasts.
Yes.
So much that like you forget like what we're really doing on this earth.
I think what irritates me just in general about this is I get where she's coming from because if I was her, I'd be like, why don't you shut your mouth? But it's kind of like, I think a lot of women have it like, well, I'm the mom, I gave birth, so I have the say in everything and I'm not going to listen to what my partner has to say. And that's what my problem lies in with
I
her.
understand that on some things, but on me pumping with my body, you shouldn't really have a say. I mean,
I think if it was a man from America, he wouldn't have a problem with it.
Okay,
I
but
really
see,
do.
Okay, and this is what's confusing about me because he said that in Africa they're more discreet. Now, I think that's a pretty general statement. You're talking about that's like saying in North America we're more discreet.
Sure.
There are so many different cultures in Africa.
Absolutely.
There's so many different cultures. You're just saying on the entire continent, they all hide their boobs.
Which I don't believe at all, actually.
That's
right.
It's hard for me to believe that. Maybe in his family, maybe in his area, maybe, I don't know.
Wherever he's from. Right.
But I just thought it was a little bit weird. And then he chimes into, he wants her to stop breastfeeding altogether. Because he thinks that,
I don't have an opinion on this.
I guess it's because we don't have kids, but like at the same time, I'm not an lactation nurse.
Right.
I've watched many documentaries on breastfeeding.
But I sometimes think that some people breastfeed for an extra long time.
Oh, Noelle. I mean, who was it? Someone was
like a 6-year-old or something.
Well, who was it? Was it Blossom that they said that she was like breastfeeding on like a 16-year-old? What? I don't know.
I think it was like Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone also with baby birds.
So
that's
good. I feel good now. Okay.
I think there was someone that was like breastfeeding their teenager and it's like, okay, well, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. I read a story about that on Reddit. It didn't end well. Like, come on.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think that you sent it to me.
Yes.
That is not okay or normal or, I mean, whatever normal is.
Exactly.
I mean,
But no, I don't think he should have an opinion on when. But if you could talk to her about it in private.
Thank you.
Yeah.
These things are discussions. So if I were Kobe, which I am, I would be like, listen, kind of weirds me out that you pump in front of your father.
Right.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
This is a battle of wills. That's the problem. He just got there and he's trying to assert his dominance, and so is she.
Right. So that's the communication between them isn't the greatest. I don't think that.
But they made it like it was a love story when they were in China. And it's like, do you guys even know each other?
No. How long were they together in China?
I don't know, but I guess she made it like their relationship was so great. And now it's kind of like,
Noelle.
Yeah.
Their relationship was a few months in China. And then she had a child alone. She had to live with her family. They were apart for almost 2 years. Yeah, that's.
I guess in my mind, it's like, don't you discuss this? Why wouldn't he know that you're still breastfeeding?
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. I think this is a lot of this is the producers being like, you have a problem with her breastfeeding in front of her father. Talk to her about it now. Go.
Right. In front of her father.
Yes. Right. And I did think, listen, I thought it was nice that he was supportive of her father, but like also shut up.
Yeah. Also stop standing in the living room trying to mediate.
Right. Where it's like, he's talking about how uncomfortable he is.
Well, get out of the fucking living room, friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You. Go in the kitchen and make your white guacamole.
Okay. I think what bothered me too is she was like, go help my mother in the kitchen. And it's kind of like, that's how you stop an argument with me. I'll set this house on fire. Like, that's what made me crazy.
Yes. So her dad said the longer, the better as far as
breastfeeding.
Right.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I get that too.
I guess, yeah, sure.
Now, this is where I have a big problem.
What?
Her dad said that Kobe was, quote, pretty forceful about it.
Oh, was he? Because he's a black man. That's why he was pretty forceful.
Thank you.
That was my first thought watching.
There was a little bit of a racial undertone. In that comment.
Absolutely. He meant there's a black man in my house and he is being violent towards us. I'm scared of him.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was my first thought.
I will tell you, that wasn't even a real fight.
No, that was nothing. Do you know how much more violence I'm sure I could get than he could?
No, but I didn't even think that was like a heated argument. I thought I think
it was like a tiff.
Yeah, it was a little
a spat, if you will.
Not
a little,
but like barely. That's why I was like, he was like, being very
I fight more over like, over who walked the dogs last.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was being pretty forceful.
No, he wasn't.
How? What was he?
And
screaming?
That's where I lost all my respect for the family.
Yes. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we're gonna play that card. Cool. Yep. Cool. So he said that he also wants her to stop breastfeeding so that he could have her breasts.
And that's where he lost me.
And then I got lost in the sauce.
It's like, but also like, I feel like the producers had to get some of that out of him too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, they're all walking into the lion's den when they sit in the confessional.
Yes.
They're like, would you rather your son own your wife or you?
Right.
And they're like, so what you're saying is, and then they're like, okay, repeat after me.
Right. You want your wife's breast to yourself.
Right. Say it again. Say that you want your child to starve.
And see, it makes sense because in the first episode, she's like, oh, we had sex, but he only concentrated on the low part.
Oh, trust me. I know all about that. So okay, her father lost me at the forceful.
Yes.
He lost me at the boobs are his.
Yes.
And then her mom lost me when she started making white chili
with guacamole.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, some people make white chili. I think it has chicken in it or ground turkey. It's real white people shit is what it is.
I mean, it's literally called white chili.
Yeah, it is. I've never eaten it in my life. I've just like seen it before, like maybe it's chili verde or something.
Okay, so there's your. On the other hand, white versions are made with chicken instead of beef and without tomatoes, with white beans and tons of flavor from green chilies.
Right.
It's a chicken broth
like a
base.
Chicken broth. Yep.
Wow, Noelle.
Because I've heard of this a bunch of times. I think I saw Bobby Flay make it. He's obsessed with any salsa verde.
Okay, so now you're also making guacamole with it?
Okay, so I saw chips on their plate, so I'm assuming that's what the guac was for. I don't
hope
really
so.
know.
I hope you don't have to have a ball of guac in the middle of your white chili soup.
No, I need a bowl of sour cream or crema, lime crema.
I need no white chili.
I just don't need to eat that. Yeah.
I don't want to eat that at all. I will have a guacamole separately. I will have see, the only reason I would ever eat chili is for the cheese and the sour cream.
Oh, I'll eat chili.
No,
I'll eat a white chili too, but like I just don't need it.
I don't want it. So Kobe's cooking with her mom.
Mhm.
Obviously, again, I know I keep saying this, but like this is for the camera.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of boring. So they're fighting on their first day and everyone's so concerned.
Oh no.
And then grandma comes and she's cute. I like her.
Her dog is very cute too.
Yes. Now, Coben doesn't know Kobe yet. So he's not really comfortable with him. And it's like, oh, it's because he met him 5 minutes ago. That is literally why.
But that's what when I first meet a kid, it's scared. Like kids are scared.
Yeah, especially since I do a lot of roaring noises at them.
You do. You hiss, you roar.
I flail.
No, but then you're around a kid enough. Like I'm around my neighbor's kids and now they know
like
me and they like me. Right.
Yeah. They definitely didn't like you on first glance though.
No, they didn't. They were just like, she can't change my diaper.
And you were like, yeah, watch me. Yada, yada, yada. The authorities came.
Though. I said Coben is damn cute though.
Yes, he is.
He is a cute baby.
So now her dad asked about his culture. And so there's English culture, there's French culture there in Cameroon. And he said that he didn't know his father until he was 14.
Right.
So he wants to be a better father to his son than his dad was. And also, I think that since he met Coben, he realized that to be a real dad, you have to grow a mustache.
Because he suddenly has one.
He has one. I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. He doesn't need that.
So then they're going to tell the proposal story, right? And she is, I don't understand. He falls. He pretends that he's fainting. I would have had a nervous breakdown if this happened to me. I would have called 911. I would have been panicking. I would have.
I would have been pointing and laughing. I would have been like, "Look at a loser! You're falling."
No,
like,
I would not
laugh
like
at
this.
that.
And then she's like, "Yeah, but the ring is fake."
Who cares?
And it's like, okay, you know what?
Way to embarrass him.
Way to get a job.
She can't.
Well, she can now because he's here.
But here's the thing: she should have had a job. You live with. You know how much help you have that you live with. You could have had a job.
Also, stop with the fake ring. Yeah, guess what? You have a fake ring. Guess what? You're probably gonna have a courthouse wedding. Get over it.
Yeah, who cares?
So he said that.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you see she's unlikable a bit?
Oh, listen, everyone I like is unlikable.
Oh, that is true.
I'm not the most likable person, Noelle.
You're very okay. Here's the thing. To me, you're the most likable person in the world. But I know you. Like
I'm not hard to love, but I'm definitely hard to like.
You're so easy to love. You're hard to get along with a little, but not me.
See, I don't think getting along with. I think it's like I'm very particular. I want things a certain way.
Okay, yes. For me, you will compromise. In life,
but because you hear me.
I always hear you. Anything that if
for.
you really don't like something and something makes you feel unsafe, I would never ask you twice to do it.
Right. But that's all I asked for.
Yeah.
And that's why I will compromise for you. So it's like, yeah. So
I get that because it's a give and take.
It's a give and take. And you know what? I'm tired of giving, Noelle.
Well, this is why you and I have the healthiest relationship
we do.
Like around. We really do.
Guys,
we communicate
look at our relationship.
So well.
We should be, you know how sometimes like religious organizations have like the couple that like counsels other couples?
Yeah.
We should be that.
We should. We're very yin and yang, but the same at the same time.
Oh God, we talk.
I should get a yin and yang like necklace or something.
We should get them. Maybe we'll go to Claire's. I hate you so much that I can't even. You're hard to love, Noelle. You're hard
I don't
to
blame
love.
you. No, but I will tell you, you are the least hard person to love ever.
Oh, you are too.
You are. You're so lovable. Everyone that meets
you're
you,
so lovable
they meet
too.
you, they're like, I love her.
Right, and then they get to know me a little bit more, and they were like, just kidding.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm ordering yin yang necklaces from Claire's. Hold on, guys. I just got my time machine. Do you want a smiley face or a yin and yang?
I want a yin yang and maybe a puka shell to go with it.
I don't like you anymore.
Leave me
Okay, so let's get back. Okay.
All right, we're here. I'm here.
He said in his culture, his man is the boss. And it's like, yes, we know this. We've had tons of people from Africa. But also, I don't like when people are like, oh, in Africa. And it's like,
right.
It's like saying like in Europe.
Right. I agree.
There's a lot of even just in his country, there are different cultures.
Of course.
So like, come on, guys. And grandma's like, well, Emily's the boss of the whole family. And that's where I liked Emily. And that's where you didn't like her.
And that's where I didn't like her.
And that's where I did like her because I understand Emily.
I know you do. And that's where I'm like, I can't do, maybe like, I just can't do this, you know?
Yeah. I
think it also bothers me. Listen, cool. You, Tracey, could be the boss. Tracey. You are a stable person. You're a responsible person.
Thank you.
You have a job. You are very driven. You do everything. She does nothing. Okay. She's a mom, sure, but she doesn't work. She's not responsible.
There was no planning. I actually agree with that. Yes. If you're going to be bossy, then you should be the one that's best suited for the job.
You have to be the most put together of everyone. Yes. That's what bothers
me. That's
me.
why I'm always the boss. So, and that's why it works. So now they're in the confessional, the parents, and they're kind of crying.
Yes. The dad's crying. He's like, my daughter brought home a violent black man. And I'm
right.
crying.
Yes. Yep. Good job, Dad. You're doing great. And but what he is saying that I do understand is he's like, they need to figure it out. Like they don't have jobs. She doesn't have any savings. He doesn't have any savings. Like someone's got to go to work. Like I can't just fund them forever.
I agree. But also, I mean, you know that he can't work for a few months. So why aren't you saying, Emily, are you going to work?
Okay.
Until he can?
This is a general statement that I'll make about every single couple here.
Okay.
You know what your partner is coming to America with in their pocket. And if you don't know, then you don't have a good enough relationship to bring them here.
And also, you know, her parents are his sponsor, not her.
Oh, of course. Now, also, you know, so right off the bat, you should know exactly what they come with in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
Any of their partners, anyone who's coming from another country to start a relationship here that cannot work for however long.
Yes.
The financial situation should be discussed up front.
Of course.
And
also
so many
maybe
times
you
it's
could
just
save.
not. Yeah,
you could save because you know he's not going to come with something. Maybe he's not in the position, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. Like this is poor communication and poor planning on almost every couple.
Agreed.
Now they're going to be going to bed. And Coben is riling him up right before bed. And it's like, it's the first time he's ever met him. Relax.
Okay. So that again, this is why she was annoying me. It's like, he's never been with his son before. I would say, you know what? Stay up all night and play with him. I'm going to sleep. Be his dad. Figure it out.
Enjoy.
You know, give me the night off instead of trying to be that control freak. That's what bothers me.
I do understand that. Now, she doesn't even want Kobe to sleep in bed with them because he's not following the rules.
Okay. You know what? Good. I'll go sleep in that other big ass comfy bed by myself.
Thank you. So he goes in the other room where there's an entire big bed and a crib.
But that's what I mean. Okay. I'll stay in there.
Also, the room that they're sleeping in.
What is that?
Is that the boiler room?
It looked like a hospital bed in the boiler room.
Thank you.
Yes.
Why aren't you in the other room?
I don't know, but like I was like, oh, he won this situation actually.
Oh, for sure. And he's like, listen, I told her in the beginning, get a bigger bed. Now, I understand that it's like it's easier to say that, but like this should have been a team thing.
Well, you could have figured out something before he came. Not being like, well, I don't know.
Together, they could have figured out something before he came.
But she probably didn't want to.
Well, that's fine because Kobe is sleeping in bed by himself. It's the first night in a brand new country, in a brand new house, and he probably can't even sleep.
Probably.
And you know what I do when I can't sleep?
What?
Probably the same thing that you do when you can't sleep. We play Best Fiends.
I knew you were going to say that because that is what I was doing all night last night.
Yeah. With Best Fiends, an exciting puzzle adventure game, you can have fiendish fun anywhere, anytime. How often do you really let yourself have some hard-earned fun? Whatever your answer is, you deserve way more. And some joy, add some joy to your daily routine with Best Fiends, the puzzle adventure game that you won't be able to put down. So I play it mostly in the bathtub. And then sometimes in bed.
I play it after TikToking in bed. I move on to Best Fiends.
Okay, so that's like your nightcap.
Yep, that because then right before that, like that's when I go to sleep after Best Fiends.
I like that. It is so easy just to like pick it up and play a few levels at any time, and it feels good to beat a level.
It really does, and it's like I don't know, it just occupies my mind.
I know, and I like to just like figure out different strategies. Like I'm like, okay, I'm going to do all of this time. I'm going to do all of these first. It's really easy. Best Fiends is a free to download mobile puzzle game with thousands of exciting levels for new adventures and challenges. Every time you play, there are dozens of unique fiends to collect. So you can customize your team of fiends to defeat menacing slugs, power up your favorite fiends to new levels for even more powerful skills, and watch them transform as they get stronger. They're the cutest. I want every single fiend.
Me too.
With offline play, you will never be stranded without fun, even if you lose your internet connection, like in the boiler room.
In the hospital bed in the boiler room.
Brand new events and challenges pop up all year round, so you've always got a chance to earn exclusive in-game items, characters, and rewards. You've earned your fun time. Go to the App Store or Google Play to download Best Fiends for free. Plus, earn even more with $5 worth of in-game rewards when you reach level 5. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends.
All right.
Speaking of fiends,
Bilal.
So this is Bilal and Shaida.
Yes.
She loves the house.
Yeah, it's a dream come true.
Okay. I want to say something about the house.
Say it.
I think it's so nice.
Uh-huh.
I think it's so clean.
That's what I love about it.
I really do. I think it's so spacious. I think it's so bright. I think it's so show-offy that it's annoying.
Yeah, of course it is. Uh-huh.
It's
show-offy.
It's so obnoxious.
The problem is he does everything for status.
Yes.
And not because he likes it.
Thank you.
Yes. It's
so
not genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a house like that, but you just have it to show off, not because you like it or because you want it. So yes, I totally agree with you on that.
Yes. So she's going to be meeting his kids. And also I noticed on his counter, he has the Mackenzie Childs canisters that are like stupid expensive.
Oh, I didn't
It's
notice.
like that checker print.
Oh, okay. Right. That every Kardashian has a tea kettle.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And that's why he probably has them on his counter.
Yes. Uh-huh. That's like their thing. Every Kardashian has that tea kettle.
Yes. So now she meets his children, Yusuf and Zanya.
I think it's Zaina.
Zaina?
Yeah.
Okay. And they have a group hug with their heads. And then they go to awkward silence.
The kids are so nice to her, though.
The kids are super nice. But he, knowing that she's shy, do you think that was the best
helping the
situation?
No, why don't you go out to eat or something?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Don't just come to an empty house to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
or say come over for a lunch, like eat together.
Yes. And be like preparing food with the kids.
Yes.
You need an activity.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they should color some eggs.
Well, also, she doesn't like activities though.
Okay. So his daughter also has a fake nose ring, which was very cute.
Uh-huh.
So they're like, oh, do you want to play pool or basketball with us?
Uh-huh.
And she's like, oh, I'm going to decline. Okay. I mean, she's like, I'd rather stare at each other. Do you mind?
Is she likable? No. I'm telling you, nobody is likable. Bilal is not either. Trust me.
Why is he wearing a suit?
Because this is who he is. He has to drive his Mercedes with his suit.
Okay,
and his
but this
Rolex
isn't who he is. That's why I don't like him. Because it isn't.
Well, no,
who he
this
is.
is who he wants to be.
Yes.
Mhm.
So now she asked the funniest thing. This is by far my favorite part of the whole episode.
Say it.
She's like, what do you call your mom's husband? Do you call him uncle or brother?
Uncle. Yes, I call my stepfather Uncle George. I do.
It's so weird because I call him Brother George. What?
That is so weird.
Okay, this reminds me of something.
What?
So
Jerry Springer.
my mom has custody of my dogs,
Uh-huh.
and everyone that comes in the house, she calls them their uncle or aunt.
Okay.
She'll be like, "Oh, go look at Uncle blah blah blah. Oh, go greet Aunt blah." And it's
Denise
like,
used to do that. Yeah.
right, but like my mom would do that to my boyfriends,
Right.
and she would be like, "Oh, look,
Here's
Uncle blah blah
so
blah."
and so. Right.
And it's like there is no way that would ever be their uncle.
Listen, that's just how it goes, you know?
But that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
I was
don't
like,
know.
yeah, they're like, so this is not
Yeah.
Uncle. Well, I hope Brother George is listening.
Hi, Brother George.
So they're like,
Uncle George.
"What do you want us to call you?"
Right. You're
Basically-
like sugar tits.
Sweet cheeks.
Oh,
So they discuss like how they
nothing.
don't
her
want to call
Shida.
her mom.
Right.
And she's like, "Well, I would like you to call me Umi." And they're like, "You think we're dumb? Because that means mom."
And she's disappointed.
But also, is this a brand new subject?
Yes.
Why?
But why does it have to be a conversation? Just they're going to call you whatever they want to call you.
You just see what they call you.
Right. Why do you have to ask them?
Well, did she ask them or did they ask her?
No, she asked them.
Like, what do you want to call me?
Yeah. Like, what do you call your stepfather?
Oh, that's right.
basically?
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she started. So obviously this was
She
like
started it. Right.
from the producers. The producers
Yes.
started this conversation, but also like those are things that you could talk about on your video chats with Bilal.
And
while
also
he's in
not
front of his white
after
wall
and also not after the first 120 seconds of meeting them.
of awkward silence and then
Yeah.
the headbutt circle
Yeah. No, thanks.
and then turning down
the circle jerk.
and turning down any kind of interaction with them.
Yeah. Right. No, I don't play games. I just stare at people.
I don't
when they
play
do it.
games. I just play games with your dad. I've been playing a game with him, and then he played games with me. He played a prank on me.
Girl, I saw you do a fucking handstand downstairs. Why don't you show the kids? You want to see me do a handstand in my
That's
yoga
right.
room?
She does. Thank you.
Yeah. Do something.
They should go on the lawn and do some cartwheels.
I'll show you guys how to do yoga.
She is very weird. So she said that they keep saying bonus mom because this is what he
Right.
keeps saying. So now she keeps saying it.
Yeah, but that's way too soon. You're a bonus girlfriend.
Your bonus, hello, I just met you right now.
Yeah.
Your
You're
bonus nothing.
lady. Your bonus aunt.
Yes. your sister, Shida.
Yes.
So now the kids ask her if she wants kids. And I'm like, this is
Okay, that has to
great.
be prompted, right?
Well, everything on these shows is prompted. And
Yeah.
then they ask him, and then his answer is, quote, only Allah decides. I don't know if you know how babies are made.
I thought Matt's head was going to explode. He's like, that's what they're going to say? Only Allah would decide? And I was like, no, I know.
Well,
they suck.
I don't know if you know how babies are made, but the stork actually decides. Thank you.
The stork is real, so.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now, P.S. they're only 5 days in, and now she's going to FaceTime with Judai, her sister.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And she says that they're not agreeing about kids. And he used to say that he was going to have 2 more kids with her, but now he changed his mind.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Then go back home. Because if he's saying he's not going to have kids and you want them and you're crying and sobbing.
Okay, but
Just
maybe
go
it's a
home.
prank.
Honestly, it might be. Who knows? But that's
Maybe-
the thing. You don't know what this guy is thinking.
It's probably a prank. And then tomorrow you're going to wake up pregnant.
You never know.
He's going
You
to
never know
be
what he's
like,
going to
see,
slip to you in your tea. Your yogi tea.
maybe he'll call the stork.
You never know.
Maybe he'll put in an order to Allah.
I hope nobody calls for me. Please don't call the stork on my behalf.
I put my phone on do not disturb, so it doesn't really matter. I think they have big problems and she's very overwhelmed. Life could be overwhelming and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped,
Absolutely.
detachment, fatigue, and more. I think that Shida's definitely burned out.
Yeah, I think she is for sure and overwhelmed.
We associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feel burnt out, and BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. I think that Shida should definitely go to a therapist to be able to figure out what she wants to do next.
And how to communicate it properly.
Thank you.
Mhm.
This is a big, big help. When you talk to a therapist, they definitely give you the tools that you need to communicate properly.
Absolutely.
BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It is much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you could be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/fiance. That's BETTERHELP.com/fiance.
All right.
Let's move on to Ariella and Binyam.
Okay. If we must, we must.
As they arrive in JFK, her accent gets stronger and stronger.
She was my neighbor, practically.
She was right here. So her parents picked them up with a sign, and it's been 10 months since they saw them.
But also, wouldn't Newark have been closer for them to fly into?
It's not an international airport.
Oh, okay. See, I did not know this. I knew LaGuardia wasn't international.
I don't think Newark is either. I don't think, but it was probably, I mean, there's just.
Sure. Maybe it was cheaper.
Yes. So now she has her brown hair in the confessional. How do you feel about that?
It's better than what I've seen. The face isn't better, but I could deal with
Right.
her hair this color.
All right. Well, they're in New Jersey now, and she calls him New Jersey Binny.
But also, he's tired. Just let him sleep. Everybody's like, no, you have to stay awake.
Wake up.
It's like a 3-hour ride home.
He was up the whole time taking care of the baby on the plane.
No, I would have been like, F off.
So her parents got them an apartment, a 2-bedroom. Ari looks like something bad happened. And I know that she's been traveling for a whole day, but it looks like she had the window open on the plane.
It looks like she was trafficked somewhere along the way. Like she doesn't look well.
Yeah, like I think she had the window seat and she opened it.
Yeah, it was not good.
Also, just because you were on a plane for 24 hours does not mean that you have to dress like that.
Okay, but why is she in? Honestly, she's like in costume. She is in like what he would wear. She is in costume.
Well, I don't know. Well, her mother set up some things. She set up some food in the fridge.
That was so nice.
So nice.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to get jobs.
No, she can't. She doesn't know how they're gonna survive.
Will she work for her dad like she used to?
Here's the crazy thing is she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how we'll survive. I don't know what kind of job I would get. Did you not expect to come here and work?
What did any of these people do to prepare?
She used to freelance. That was her work. She would freelance.
Okay,
nobody
so do that
would
more.
prepare.
You could freelance from Ethiopia too, though.
She thought her parents would like pay rent for like a year for that.
Okay, but her parents are like in some kind of crazy debt right now.
Yeah, of course they spent everything they have.
No, but I don't
her.
even think they have a house though.
Why?
They like lost their house. I don't know. Something's going on with them. I was reading.
Really?
I was reading it in the tabloids.
Because she said something like, of course, my parents live 5 minutes away. So I guess her parents have a house and got them an apartment at the complex, like by their house.
Either that or they have an apartment.
Well, no, because they kept saying house and their house is 5 minutes away. And she's like, of course you would get us an apartment next to your house.
Yeah, but I don't know really what they have. Let's see. I think they're in big trouble.
Interesting. Probably because of her. I mean, listen, they paid for her living in Ethiopia for like 2 years.
Yeah, but
she never worked when she was there. They got her a house that they paid for. Then she went back and forth. She came to Jersey. She wasn't working or Connecticut, whatever. She wasn't working when she was here visiting for all those months.
Right.
Then she went back. She was living in Kenya. They paid for that.
Yep.
Then they moved back to Ethiopia. They paid for that. And now she's home in this place. And they're like, hello, get a fucking job.
No, I agree with you on that. But I think that also her parents have to have boundaries and they don't. So it's like it's their.
Because all they just want better for their grandchild. And I understand that they just want to do everything they can. But how dare Ariella be like, well, you didn't have to get us the 2-bedroom. First of all, you never asked. You never
Right.
said to your parents, what are you getting us? I can't afford that. No.
Yeah. And now they're like, oh, and you kind of have to take over the payments now.
Right. And they're like, you got a year-long lease. Okay. So depending on the financial situation, I thought that her parents had money. I think I would have paid rent for them for 3 months. If you
Right.
listen, you have money and you're going to pay. I don't know if I'd pay for 1 month for them and be like, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
But I would tell her, go be a waitress, go work at McDonald's, go work at CVS, go figure something out.
Or why don't you work here in my office like you used to? You know why? Because
Why?
she never did. And that was a lie.
Right.
That's
If I
why.
was the mom, I'd be like, I am an ER nurse. I will get you a job, whatever. Candy striping, something.
Noelle.
I know.
Noelle.
I know.
No.
I'm being silly. I'm being silly, obviously, but you know what I'm saying.
I love that for you.
You should love that for me. Listen,
She's
if
like,
Kelly
you
Kapowski could be a candy striper on Saved by the Bell, Ariella could be a
Oh
candy
my
striper.
God. Stop. I can't take you. I can't take you at all. Oh man. Well, let's talk about my favorite guy.
Patrick,
Oh man.
he is really shitty too.
Well, he bought a little baby puppy for
Oh my God, did you love this puppy?
face. Noelle.
Yeah,
I
it was
did.
the tiniest puppy.
I
I've
wanted
ever
more
seen.
information about the puppy though.
Me too. And it's like, why aren't you giving me more? Why aren't you showing me more about the puppy too?
What's the puppy's name?
What's the puppy's name? Is it a boy? Is it a girl?
What's going on with the puppy? Where are
How
you going
old
to
is
keep
it?
it?
How big is it going to get?
What kind of puppy is it? Is a what is it?
Did you buy it or adopt it?
You definitely bought it.
You bought it. Uh-huh.
You bought it. I'm judging hard.
Because that's who he is.
You're a puppy mill.
Uh-huh.
So we get to meet Thais a little bit more. She's from Brazil. She's a model in Brazil.
This is a theme I've seen on this show too.
Mhm. She's a yachting model, and she has very aggressive eyebrows.
I'm sorry. I don't think that she's all that in a bag of chips the way he makes her out to be. He's like, she's so hot. It's like, she's hot because you like her.
Well, she said that he's so hot. So
Neither of them are hot though.
well, they met on Tinder and he took her to dinner, and that's just impressed her.
Well, because she said like guys in Brazil don't do that.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you're
Okay.
yachting, I don't think
Right.
they do that a lot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they go to her grandmother's house. Her parents divorced when she was 11, and she has a sister who's like 4 months old.
Oh my God. She keeps kissing her and hugging her. That was very nice. That was
It's
cute.
very nice, but like, are we not in the time of COVID? Please stop. Her grandma, where? ¿Dónde está mamá?
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Because it was like I felt like they were almost like, oh, your mom's over there. You just can't see her with the camera.
Yeah. It was
Wave
weird.
to your mom.
They never even bring her up.
They did bring her up. They brought her up a few
But
times.
I'm saying where she is.
But where is she? So now her
Yeah.
dad is her best friend. Her grandmother's crying, and
Mhm.
she's just so happy because her dad beat up her high school boyfriend.
Oh, it's so good. And her dad doesn't even like Patrick.
He doesn't like it, and he doesn't know that she's moving to America, just visiting, and
That's good.
she's gonna tell him the truth. And he said that he's suspicious of Patrick. So he's like, when are you coming back? And she's like, well, I won't stay forever, and if I don't like it, I'll come back. What?
Right. I'll book a ticket tomorrow or the day after I get there. What is that? That's not an answer. That's a man answer.
I was just
She
gonna say that
mansplained it.
she
Uh-huh.
definitely mansplained it. So she won't tell him, and now her dad is crying hysterically.
He's sobbing.
He can't catch his breath. I'm like, oh,
Carlos Roberto. He is sobbing. I was like,
Like,
oh my
this
God,
is
this
not
poor
gonna end
guy.
well.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, because Patrick has prepared for her arrival with a facial, haircut, back wax, tan, and he's lost weight.
He hopes she's up for sex though.
Oh,
Shut
he really hopes so.
up.
He also got a new outfit.
Oh, good. And a Lambo. Good for you.
She doesn't want to live with John. at
Okay.
all. Guess what? She's going to.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I would want my privacy for sure.
Uh-huh.
But like, then maybe you should have saved money or something to like get your own. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's something that you knew was happening.
Like when Bo lived with Natalie and
Yeah, I mean, you knew
what's his
about
face?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah. I don't think that she's doing the right thing. I feel like you don't even know him. Like maybe you can go there before you stop complaining.
But they're already fighting before they've even met.
Right.
So, I mean, that's not great
Also,
either.
who are you? This is two brothers living together. They've been living together. You can't just come in and be like, bye.
Okay, but you could give him an ultimatum if you'd like, but
Don't
that should
do
be
that.
before. No, listen, you could do whatever you want.
No, of course.
That should be beforehand. If that's what your deal breaker is, then you tell him, I don't want to live with your brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate this.
And then that's up to
situation.
him.
Also, it seems like they live in like a pretty big, nice house. Like, I don't think you're going to be on top of each other in a 2-bedroom
I know, but he's
apartment.
kind of making it like it is. Now, also, he goes to pick her up at the airport. He has the prettiest flowers of anyone that's ever picked up
Yes,
anyone
he
at the
does.
airport.
They're gorgeous. He actually
went to a
spent money
florist.
on them.
Yeah.
They were so nice.
Very, very nice. So he pretends in the
Uh-huh.
airport that he does not see her arrive.
Give me a break.
And then she's like, hello, it's me. And he's like, oh, it's you.
No way. I didn't even see you there.
I didn't even know you were coming. So then they kiss and he says,
Mhm.
want my tongue?
Tracy, my brain shut off.
And
there.
then I closed my eyes so
and then she
loud,
sucked it.
and then I pasted them together with nail glue.
Okay, well, guess what? I watched, and he stuck his tongue in her mouth. Then
Great.
they
That's
did
great.
a Travis Barker. I
Mhm.
did not like it.
Okay. Well, her dad not only doesn't know she's moving here, doesn't know they're getting married.
Mhm.
And Pat doesn't know that he doesn't know.
Okay, and also Pat thinks that her dad really likes him.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. She's like, oh, because my dad's always giving like gifts and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like, are you buying gifts and giving them to Patrick and saying they're from your dad?
Probably.
Yeah. Like, what's happening? So
I
weird.
think that she's the problem. I think I don't like Patrick like at all.
I don't like her more.
But I think she's the one who's the problem.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm.
She's super impressed by his Tesla. And it's like, but you knew he had that, right? I mean, he
No.
wasn't like playing a trick on you.
She didn't know.
He wasn't playing
He's
a prank.
For a door-to-door salesman, he does have
Let
many
me tell you
things.
something. He door-to-door sales so hard.
Yeah, but he probably yachts too. Like, what the hell is he selling?
He's probably selling steroids that he
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
gotta tell you, I'll never forget last week or whatever it was when he was like, and then I tested positive. Like he got cancer.
He couldn't believe that he tested positive.
But it's like he got cancer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like I
he's a
can't
real
believe I tested
meathead.
positive for HIV. And it's like,
HIV?
but that's what I'm saying. Like he's
No, I
making
know.
it like he
I
got
know.
a disease and he like, what happened?
I know.
It's like, no, you did drugs.
It's like
You knew
But-
you bought the drugs and then you
guys
did
like
them.
him exist. They just exist.
He probably drank a lot of water the night before and thought it wasn't going to come up in the test.
He probably took one of those things from GNC.
Golden seal.
Uh-huh.
He probably was like, I did that detox tea that they told me to do.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And I am surprised that it came up.
God, he's so stupid.
So he told John that they're going to have a quickie when they get home.
Gross.
Thanks. Okay. And she's like,
Gross.
well, is he close to the bedroom? He's like, yes. And it's like, well, then get a bedroom on the other side of the house. Put him in the basement.
Put him in the basement. Uh-huh.
Guys, you got to figure this out. All right. Let's talk
Yeah.
about my other least favorite, Cara and Guillermo.
Okay. When I was watching this today with Matt, he was like, that looks just like Amber, our friend's ex-girlfriend that I was telling you.
yeah,
They
you were
looked-
telling.
Before I even brought it up to him, I was like, right?
That's so crazy. So he's meeting her family and he's going to be meeting Uncle Mike. And
Right.
she said that my Uncle Mike is going to threaten to beat him up.
And she giggles.
Yes, because her dad died in 2019 and now Uncle Mike is very, very protective. So they go to her family's house and Cheeky is so happy to see them.
Oh, I love Cheeky.
Oh, it was so cute.
Oh.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed she was wearing like a tank top kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you could see her infinity tattoo on her back.
Okay. I saw that she had a tattoo, but I didn't see what it was.
No, it
I
was
didn't
the
have my
infinity
glasses on.
symbol. She is basic pumpkin spice Cara.
She is the most annoying too,
Oh
though.
God. She's trying to make Uncle Mike scare him.
Right. But why is she like loving it?
This because it makes her feel important.
She's stupid.
So he loves the house and her mom is like, I'm not sure he's going to be able to work or make money.
It's like, shut up.
What does that
She's
mean?
like, oh, I think that they're both naive, but I think Kara can make the money, but not Guillermo. And it's like,
Kara
what?
can't even fit her balloons in her car.
But that's what I'm saying. Right. She doesn't even have the right
she doesn't even
car
have a
for the
job.
All she does is like have
She was
helium tanks at her house.
She was an administrative dancer in Dominican
I
Republic.
know. Give me a break. She was a yachter in DR.
Please. So they ask him what's different about Kara and the other American woman that he kissed.
That he kissed.
So he said that when he was sick, Kara took care of him, and it really showed him like how nice of a person she is, how genuine he is. And I get it. And then he's like, she was doing this for me. She was doing this for me. And then she goes, warm washcloth holding him.
Like
She's gross.
She is fetishizing him.
Yeah,
she is.
She's so gross. She's so gross. She wants her family and everyone in this whole world to know that that's her little baby boy.
That's her boy that she rescued. He didn't even have hot water.
He didn't, and he was just a little baby that like a bird that the mother pushed out of the nest.
Yeah, it's so.
She chewed a worm and spit it right in his mouth.
Yuck. She Alicia Silverstone him. This is getting bad.
I know.
It's getting so bad lately.
Sometimes I'm like, I know that we share a brain, but sometimes I wish I had the whole thing more.
But that's what I mean. Right. I don't want to share as much with you.
Right. Because I only have half here and it's hard sometimes.
It is. I need more brain capacity.
Sometimes I'm like, why do I feel like this? Why are my emotions not regulating? And then I'm like, oh, I have half a brain.
Right. I don't have the other half.
Noelle probably has that half with her tonight.
She's probably using it tonight.
Right. And then I'm like, how do you feel? And you're like, I feel fine. I'm like, well, that's where that brain
why.
is.
And you're like, well, I'm crying at a commercial. So
if I could please have that other half, that'd be great. Okay. So Mohammed and Eve.
He makes my skin crawl.
Okay, he definitely makes my skin crawl.
Yeah,
he made me giggle hard. I don't think he wanted to.
Why?
But he did. So she has to go to work. This is his first morning there, and he's like, "Yeah, it was so quiet here when I woke up. Usually, I wake up and a guy is yelling tomatoes, tomatoes in the microphone."
What is that? What does that mean?
It's a tomato performer.
He lives next to the fruit stand
with a microphone.
Right.
It's a tomato performer.
Right. That's what I didn't understand. The microphone. It's like, what's happening here?
Oh God, that made me laugh so much. It's like, that is such a specific way to wake up.
It is. That's how you know it's real.
Right. He wasn't like, oh, it was the noise of the market I usually wake up to. He's like, tomatoes in the microphone.
It's like, okay.
Okay. So
they got no
I was wondering why I thought Eve was so pretty.
Why?
Because she reminds me of someone that I've had a crush on for my whole life.
Who?
Alec Baldwin. And it looks like she looks like when in Beetlejuice, hear me out.
Okay.
In Beetlejuice, when Alec Baldwin makes his face into that monster.
And he's got like the hand on top of his head.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it looks like a hand on top of his head. His nose is all the way out.
He pulls his face and stretches it like silly
like
putty.
His eyes. Yeah.
I sent it to you today, the picture.
Yeah, no, I know. Right.
Yeah.
And then Gina Davis does it. She can get it back, but Alec can't get it back. It scares Winona Ryder. Right.
I'm like, oh my God, she looks like Alec Baldwin from Beetlejuice after he did the thing. Yeah.
You're right.
So I just want to let you know, I don't know if you know, but they didn't rest last night.
Or why they had the sex.
They did cardio.
Thanks for letting us know.
Maybe they were in a Zumba class. I don't know what they did.
So he's so godly that he needs a bidet or he can't rest without one.
Cannot.
But he could he could bang this woman and
he could Zumba her.
Right.
He could tomato in the microphone.
Right. He could tomato her. Right. It's just funny how they're picking and choosing
because they're spiritually married.
Oh, okay. Right. So is Bilal. Right.
Yeah. So now he wanted breakfast in bed. So he was pretty upset that she was going to work.
He doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand anything. He's going to try to build a bidet while she's at work, but he's very whiny.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's nobody I would find attractive, like his personality.
Absolutely not. He wants her to anticipate his knees. The voices that he makes are sing-song.
Mm-hmm. He sings.
He's like, how am I gonna make them a day?
Also, I like that he's looking right. So he's gonna make breakfast, right?
Yeah.
He looks for salt. He picks up a pill crusher. That made me laugh.
He goes,
He's looking.
I can't find the salt.
Like,
Also, he wants
figure it out.
cheese and there's no light in the fridge. What's going on in your life, Eve, that there's no light in your fridge?
Okay, that was like on unexpected. That Merca's family or Ethan's family. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So he also left the stove on, but in his defense,
Yeah.
electric stoves are confusing. I get it.
My mother's confuses the shit out of me. Yes.
Also, he has a patch on his neck.
What is that?
It's either a pimple patch or maybe it's his robot thing.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, right? Like that's where he gets charged.
Yes. It's his port for his robot.
That
charger.
is his port. Uh-huh.
He can't do the bidet, but he also said that he can't live without it.
He can't.
So I guess you die now.
Why don't you just shower then after you go to the bathroom?
Guess what?
What?
You die.
Goodbye.
Call
Rest in
TaskRabbit.
Call TaskRabbit. Yeah, he doesn't know.
Google it. Now, him and Theron have video chatted, right?
Right.
This is her son. And he meets Mohammed. And I have to tell you, this kid is so sweet.
Is he the sweetest kid
Oh,
ever?
God. I felt like crying.
cried. I did cry.
I felt like crying. I had the regular part of the brain.
No, I had
You didn't
tears
have
coming
that?
down my face.
You had the wrong part of the brain.
I had the wrong part of my brain today. This kid is so sweet.
He's so sweet. He hugs him and he
Oh.
goes, he's so cool.
Oh, my heart. I love this kid.
And then Mohammed
Uh-huh.
brought him a gift and Eve makes them burgers. And Mohammed's hair,
has
has,
a little thing.
he has like a unicorn thing.
Uh-huh.
He has a
thing.
spike,
Uh-huh.
He has a
spike,
horn.
if you will. Uh-huh.
a horn. And then Theron says to his mom, he's so cute.
Oh my God. When he got up and put his arm around him.
Yes. So
love it.
now Mohammed is going to be his caretaker in the afternoons.
Okay, that's crazy.
But also not in the afternoons, all day, every day. I don't think he
Right.
knows that.
Okay, I don't think he knows that, but it's also like you've never seen them interact. And you're suddenly like interact in person. This is the first day. Suddenly he's gonna watch your kid.
He can't even put a bidet together. He
But the
can't
kid-
even cook himself lunch. He wants you to do it. And you think he's going to watch your son with special needs?
And the kid has
He
to
has
get
to
a
catheterize.
catheter. Right.
That's a scary thing.
That was all I was thinking about. Like you should have a home health aid. You don't need Mohammed. You should have a home health aid for your kid.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. Because
Thank
insurance
you.
probably covers it. You're always looking for childcare. You can get him a home health aid because he's special needs. I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal
I
is,
think
but
so. Just because he's not self-sufficient. That's
Right.
why.
but it's just so scary.
I can't believe that. She never told any of us that until
She didn't
now.
tell me because I would have told
She
her
didn't-
no.
No, we would have said no. She didn't tell her friends that. Mhm. They
She
would have said, "Are
mentioned
you
that.
nuts?"
She also didn't tell Mohammed that.
Also, what does her ex-husband think?
Hello, you're
Yeah, that's
importing
crazy.
someone?
Yeah, that's wild.
You're like, this strange man is going to touch my son's penis. Is that cool?
But that's what I mean. And then Muhammad's like, I didn't think I was gonna have to do female duties. I mean, fuck off.
Oh, wait until you see what you really have to do.
Yeah, you're not gonna feel good.
You're not going to, it's worse than finding the salt.
Uh-huh. It's worse than being without
Okay.
a bidet.
Now,
Yeah.
looking at the three of them sitting at the table,
Uh-huh.
she's sitting with her kids.
She is. He loved that. He got his burger handed
And
to
she's
him
like,
with the
Mommy,
ketchup.
I want ketchup.
The little mound of ketchup. And he's sitting with his brother at the table.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
they're hugging.
Why does everyone like a child? It's weird.
I want the opposite of a child.
Me too.
I don't even like a man that
Isn't gray.
listen. I will date a 90-year-old man or no man.
You will. You really will.
Thanks, Noelle.
So this week there was no Miona and Jibri.
yeah, that was okay.
So
I
I
was okay
guess
with
they'll
that.
be on next week. Yeah. I mean, listen, I was fine with that, but like they don't need to bring them back.
I'm good. I get,
Also,
I get
real
it.
quick, did you see that reel I posted on our Instagram page?
It's not. It can't be real.
That can't be, but that's the thing. It can't be. And the fact that they sell it like it's real. Yeah, and I'm sure the person paid 28 grand in cash to you too, Miona, with all the stacks of cash in your hand. Shut up. Nobody's buying Jibri's split pants for $28,000.
This is another fart in a jar fallacy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not buying M&M's split pants for 28 grand. You think I'm buying Gibrees? You know what I mean? Like, what?
No, this is a publicity stunt.
This
That's
is a
all
fart
this
in the
is.
wind is what it is. Stupid.
Oh God. Yeah, there's a lot of problems here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
A lot of problems. Guys, we have our own problems. We got to go. But in the meantime, if you want to discuss 90 Day Fiance or this podcast, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk, go to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk on Facebook. We have an amazing group where we discuss this show and our podcast. And go do that if you want to talk to us.
Go do it.
Go do it. Also, you can follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You could follow our show at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And you could follow me at Trixie2Zini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of our information on all of our podcasts, including Teen Mom Trash Talk. Also,
okay.
Catfish Trash Talk.
Okay.
Also, there's information on Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. That's where unexpected trash talk is. And that's where BS is. We have so many podcasts.
So I know we do. People are like, how many podcasts do you do a week? I'm
All
like,
of
I don't
them.
know, 1,000,000?
100. More than you think.
A lot more than you think. And you know what? It takes a lot more time than you think.
It sure does.
Yeah.
So guys, make sure you go to TraceyCarnazzo.com, follow us on our social media, give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on any platform you listen to us on. And if you listen to us, if you're a member of our Patreon, make sure that you're using the RSS feed for your Patreon, not the Patreon app, because it's much easier to listen to us on your whatever podcast player you're using. If you need more info about that and you're confused what I'm saying, post in the group and we'll help you out.
Somebody's going to help you.
Patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Bye.